and again, I know there is no answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, Dan. What does John Gibbons do?
I don't think Gibby is the kind to have a meeting and rally the troops. I think he believes they police themselves, especially a veteran group, and we all know this is a veteran group. Short of juggling the batting order, what can you do? Pilar's not going to move out of the one spot. He had a great night last night at the plate with 3 doubles. I think one thing you can do, and I know if you look at his overall body of work, the numbers may not justify this, but I just love the energy Ezequiel Carrera brings when he plays, whether it's a smile or trying to drop a bunt down or whatever. It just seems like he's got good karma out there, and good karma doesn't win you, doesn't win you a batting title or an MVP or make you an All-Star, and he's none of those things.
Yeah, because I would say the numbers suggest he's not a good baseball
player. The numbers don't suggest it, but
yeah.
Against a righty tonight in Porcello, I think he's got to play. And I think he probably will play. Smoke is swinging the bat great from the right side, not so much from the left side. But I still think what Smoke did last night against a righty tonight, I think he plays first base. So, and I know Carrera's not a first baseman, but the first base left field positions are linked because of Steve Pearce. So I believe that Smoke's at first and Carrera's got to be in left field tonight. And if it were me, I'd hit him in the 2 spot. I would just try something. Try Pilar 1, Carrera 2, 3, 4, and go from there. But other than that, what are you going to do? I mean, they're not a base stealing team. Other than Carrera, they're not a bunting team. They don't really hit and run, although I'd like to see them try that. You can't walk into the room and say, "Hey, everybody, hit to the right side, take what they're giving you." It just if it were that simple, everybody would do it, I guess. And it apparently is not that simple. It's kind of a lame answer, but the guys they have to play better.
Yeah.
You mentioned the hit and run in that, and I found it puzzling a couple of times this year where I thought absolutely the hit and run was called for, and it wasn't even attempted. There have been a couple of times where I thought the contact play, you may not normally do it, but given how much problem this team has had scoring runs, I thought you may at least like to roll the dice on that. I don't know. I don't know if John Gibbons, and I love Gibby, but I think this calls for a little bit of creativity right now, and Dan, I don't know if John A is built to be creative, and I don't necessarily mean that as a negative because we all have our strengths, and I also just don't know if this team is built to be creative, and that concerns me.
Yeah, I'm not sure the team is built to be creative that much. Although I'm not a big advocate with this group of just stealing bases because I think they get thrown out more often. So
yeah, but a hit and run or starting the runners, I mean,
with the right combination at the plate, with a right-handed batter at the plate, with the second baseman playing up the middle, behind the bag, maybe on the other side of the bag sometimes. I think you can do it. I think you can do it with Pilar. I think you can do it with Travis. I think you can do it with Barney. I think you can do it with Martin when he's at the plate. You're not going to do it with Bautista or Morales or guys like that, I don't think. But I think there are opportunities to do it. And I'll tell you, it's funny. A hit and run of first to third makes a crowd go crazy. I don't know why, but it makes the crowd go crazy when it works. And I'd like to see a little bit of it, but you can't. It's not going to happen 1 through 9. They're just not wired that way.